Alright, welcome guys. We're going to be doing number 5 on page 44 of Module 2, Lesson 5. Module 2, Lesson 5, Grade 8. Alright, let's go over this question. It says, line L, this line right here, is it's a line. We have AB, which is a ray. We have CD, which is a segment, and angle EFG, which is an angle. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 things going on so far. And then we have the situation. There's some rotation going on here. Rotation has a couple things, 2 things in particular that we need to notice. D degrees of rotation and goes around a point. Okay, so how many degrees and where? The point. So if this is our point, point O, we need to go a certain number of degrees around the point. That's going to be designated by D. Let's find all images, or find the images of all figures when D is greater than 0. So we're going to rotate CD, angle EFG, and ray AB, and even line L around this point, O. We're literally going to grab them all, and we're going to rotate them all around this point, O. How many degrees? D degrees. So we're going to do that using this little piece of thing called patty paper. Okay, patty paper lets you draw directly over things. And you can translate, you can flip, and you can even rotate. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using this patty paper. I'm going to show you how to use it, actually. First step, you're going to go ahead and trace everything on your patty paper. This is going to let you choose points for rotation. It's going to eventually let you use a line to flip it on, or even grab the whole paper and translate it as you need. So patty paper is really good for transformations. We're going to use it right now for rotations. So to do that, let's go ahead and draw all these other things on here. I'm going to start with my point rotation. This point O. I'm going to draw the letters a little bit bigger so you can see them. Here's my line L. Oops, careful. If you move your paper, make sure it goes right back on your points and your lines. Okay, I always start with my points first. There's my AB. There's my ray. Ray A, B. Okay, and here's my line segment. Points D and C. My line segment. And then points G, F, and E to form angle GF. GFE, sorry. Okay, after you draw everything on your patty paper, let's go ahead and get R. If you have a different color, this is a nice time to take that out. Let's go ahead and designate a certain number of rotation. So starting on this point, I'm going to draw a line as a reference. Here's point P. I'm going to call it point P because we're going to rotate D degrees in the positive direction. Positive direction means counterclockwise. Remember that, counterclockwise. Let's say I want to do it, I don't know, 90 degrees. So let's rotate this 90 degrees. 90 degrees looks like about here. It's a 90-degree angle. And my line is going to end up something like this. There's going to be my P prime. Okay, so I just got this. I rotated it. Let's check that. Let's go ahead and put all our points back on this patty paper. Okay, I'm going to draw my original line. Here's point P. And let's see if it lands on point P prime after we rotate it on point O. So 90 degrees, let's go. Looks like I made it. Nice. All right, now we need to rotate literally everything else. And we would do the exact same method. Okay, if you don't want to guesstimate, some of these are hard. Like, I don't even know how to do this one all the way over here just by looking at it, right? So another method, instead of actually writing it and checking it after with your patty paper, you can use your patty paper first and then write it after. So I lined it up again. Here's my point O. Here's my DC line segment DC. Let's do this one first. Okay, 90 degrees. Let's see where it lands. I'm holding my point. One finger, I'm going to drag my patty paper. Okay, I'm at the 90 degree. See, I went 90 degrees. You can tell by my P. It's now in the P prime spot. Now I can mark CD, line CD. I'm going to do it point by point. So I'm going to go under my patty paper and I'm going to drag it to point C. So let me put a finger on point C so I can, when I'm going under, I can go right there and make a little dot on point C. Do the same at point D. Here's point D. Let me get my pen. Right there under point D. Look at that. Perfect. Point D prime is right here. Point C prime is right there. Let's go ahead and connect the dots. And that is a 90 degree rotation from CD to CD prime around point O. We can go ahead and do that with all of these now. We're going to do it with angle GFE next, and then ray AB. Okay, so again, line it up, pivot point on O, let's pivot our patty paper 90 degrees, stop at P prime as our reference point, find where our angle EFG is. It's right here. Let's do it one point at a time. Let's do G first, then F, lastly E. Once you have your points, go ahead and connect them. G, F, E, G prime, F prime, E prime. That is the rotation of this one around this point. Okay, again, just to remind you guys, we picked this 90 degrees arbitrarily. Okay, it just says D is greater than 0, so we're going to go counterclockwise. And we picked what D was. In this case, D is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, you guys can go ahead and do ray AB. I'll go ahead and pause this video so you guys can get your patty paper, line it up, pivot point around O, and find AB prime. Go ahead and get your finger, match it up, go under the paper, dot it, put your finger under B, go under the patty paper, dot it, and then connect the dots, and you have AB prime. So go ahead and do that. So I'll give you a couple seconds. Oh, let me do it really quickly. Match them, pivot, rotate, match P to P prime, find my A, my new A spot, go under the patty paper, dot it, find my new B spot, go under the paper, dot it, connect my new AB primes, label it, and we got our rotated figure. All right, that is the gist of rotations. Thank you guys for watching.